Doug Stanhope, good morning, sir.
Shmonty, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you today?
I'm good.
It's cool to talk to you, Doug, because before I was here in Tucson, I was up in Phoenix, and, with all the comedy clubs in there, I'd have comics come on the show from the different clubs, and you would come up from time to time as, a comic who lives in Arizona, but you would always be referred to as like this mythical Obi-Wan Kenobi figure that lives in the outer lands past Tatooine in a faraway land called Bisbee. And it's... You had a lore about you. Why was that?
I don't know. I guess not a lot of comics live in small towns, I guess. Bisbee is, it's a long ways away, and no one ever goes there. I guess I bet Bisbee is as mythical to people as anything else, because it's not on the way to anywhere except on the lam of fleeing the federal government.
What's it like living in a town like that, with the notoriety that you have?
Oh, nobody cares. They don't, I bet that you couldn't, if you asked someone who their top 5 favorite comics were, they couldn't tell you one. Comedians? I don't know. It's not even a thing there, I think. I don't know either. Maybe they all talk about me behind my back. I don't know it.
You're not Doug, you're that bastard Doug, or effing Doug, or Doug who doesn't bring in his trash cans when he should.
Yeah. That could be, too.
So, Digging Up Mother, a love story. What would your mother think about this book?
Oh, Mother would love anything with... anytime I talked about my mother, I had her, I had bits about her in my act that were, somewhat tasteless, you'd think, and she couldn't get enough of it. She'd play it for other people. Yeah, listen to where he talks about me smoking over the railing in a short bathrobe and my unkempt beaver sticking out both sides of my panties. Still play it for company.
Writing this, was this in tribute? Was this cathartic and part of the healing process?
Well, the opening chapter is about her suicide at my house, and that I already worked into a bit. So fans of my comedy who saw the last special, that's the 7-minute chunk of the last special. So I figured, I'll front load the book with that because my fans already know the story. This is just the detailed version of it, not a comedy bit. And then go on to even more depraved things afterwards.
With having a mom like this, from what I've been reading, I haven't read the book, so I'm not going to lie to you and pretend like, oh, Doug, loved it, great book. Growing up with a mother like this, how do you think that shaped you into the Doug Stanhope you are today?
Well, she was always she was a vulgar, chain-smoking, alcoholic, bartender, truck driver that had a rugged sense of humor. She used to, she took us to Richard Pryor when he had his live concert film out. She raced us to the movie theater to watch it, and I was probably 10 or something. And that was the sense of humor I grew up on, was reading, the cartoons in her Hustler magazines and watching Monty Python, and just because we heard there's boobies in it. And then I'd take that sense of humor to school, way too adult a sense of humor, but that's the one I had now. And I'd go to school when I was, in 5th, 6th grade and be repeating that stuff, and it got me sent to counseling. They thought I was a psychotic. And she would have to come down and defend me to the school psychologist. They wanted me to go to permanent counseling and therapy, but yeah, that's where it started. And the book goes through, me, launching out of that, rearing into my own life of chaos and excess and wanderlust and filth. Con artistry and prostitutes and et ceteras, and then it follows my life as it comes back and intersects with my mother, and then she kills herself. But you'll know that right away.
So it's not really a spoiler alert.
No, it's the rest. The rest is the spoils.
Did you ever have that moment, that kids stereotypically have, where like mom shows up and embarrasses you, and it's like, Mom, stop, or was that? Was it a different kind of mom embarrassing moment?
That was later in life. Like the stuff she did, like spanking off the dog when I was 12 years old. I thought it was hilarious, but she'd keep doing these things later in life. Like, all right, when you're gonna diddle your cats openly in front of Now I'm 40, and you're doing it in front of Ralphie May. Because, yeah, that whole diddling the cats thing is it's not funny anymore. Not 12. So, yeah, she got embarrassing because she loved to amuse me. She loved to try to make me laugh, and a lot of the things that I laughed at when I was Beavis and Butthead age, it's kind of inappropriate when we're like in a public place. So yeah, it was her later.
And now also, I see here that a foreword for the book was written by Johnny Depp. How does he tie in?
Oh, it's just a friend. He called me up once and said I had to be his friend, and I went, all right, I'll be friends with Johnny Depp.
Okay, I guess Captain Jack Sparrow. Fine.
He'll write a foreword for anyone's book. It's like $140, I think. He'll write forewords, and you can get greeting cards. He'll personalize greeting cards for you. I think that's like $60. And on your birthday, he'll write a ditty for you and call you up and sing it. It's like $199. It's Johnny Depp will do anything for $140.com.
You're like his manager or his madam. I don't know which at this point in time, but you're peddling his wares. Well, again, Doug Stanhope, Digging Up Mother Love Story. It's available now. And again, Doug, thank you for calling in. I'm going to have to venture out to Bisbee sometime to seek you out for comedic Jedi training.
I will have to seek you out for next time I set up a gig in Tucson. I'll stop in the studio because I hate phoners.
Hey, it'd be great to have you in here in person.
Great. Thank you very much, Shmonty. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care.